Hello, we're going to do a little bit different format. The new project they want me to do is make a dungeon asset pack. And what we're going to do is I'm going to do a much shorter to the point quick mini stream on how to make a cartoony barrel. All right, so starting now. So first thing, too many so's. Shift A, and we're going to make it a cylinder. Got 12 for the vertices by 4, and then radius and depth, that's all up to you, but that's how we're going to keep it. Remember, I click with the left mouse button. As soon as I do that, that's all gone. So doing number pad 1, doing G, and then Z, and I'm pulling it up kind of to keep it almost on the ground. So we're doing a barrel where it has those metal rings around it. Something very easy we can do is tab and then control R. We're going to have two cuts, two loop cuts, and remember I'm going to do right click to make sure it's in the perfect spot. And then I like to do it this way personally. We're going to make sure we're still up in edge mode. We're going to go here and we're going to go here. And how we're going to do this is that we are going to click S, and how it's going to be is shift Z, so it's only moving outward. We're gonna have just a slight, and if we did this right, should be, yep, perfect circle-esque. All right, next thing we're doing, we are beveling. We are cutting into, if we read it, cut into select items to an angle, create a bevel or chamfer? I don't know. Chamber? No idea what that word, but it is Control B, and we kind of pull it a little bit. There we go. And if I use my scroll wheel, I can add more loop cuts if I want to, but I don't. I just want right there. I'm going to keep it highlighted. And now we're going to spread these out, but we are going to extrude them. So it is not theoretically attached to the barrel. The metal rings are on it. So we are going to have uh, S, extrude, Control Z. Let's see, did I do it right? Nope. Let's try it again. Ready? I think it's going to be extrude first, then scale, then Control Z. There it is. All right, and I'm going to do it just a little bit. And congrats. Let's see here. Yep, we're at it right here. So next thing we're going to do is that we are going to uh, inlay the top and the bottom. I think inlay is the right word. Let's see. Insert. So we're inserting a face. So I, right about there. And we aren't going to have it perfectly straight down. We're going to simulate. Actually, no, the barrel's going to be closed, but still going to be a little bit pushed in. So we're going to do E, then S, then I believe just Z. Yes, because, right? So it's always extrude first. Because if you don't do extrude and you just do scale, you can tell that the other parts are being pulled in. So you got to do extrude first, then scale, then Z, and then push it down a little bit. And since they are semi-mirrored, there we go, they're both there. Now we are going to go to vertice and we are going to barely mess with the geometry just a little bit. And this could be a time I would speed it up, but no, we're not going to. So we're just trying to make this look not perfect because we want the barrel. We don't want barrels to be perfect. We have. This might be too over the top, but whatever. That's okay. And then bringing this down. And remember, I can always press Z if I want it perfectly going a certain direction. And let's pull that one to the side a little bit. And then let's just pull this one out. Push that one in slightly. It's a little bit over the top, but I am okay with that. And then remember shift click if we want to group some together. All right, so that's one. We're just going to go up and down here. Or actually, we'll keep that. Let's do this one down. Let's do this one up. A little bit over the top. Let's drop this one down a little bit. Let's pop this one up a little bit. Bring in that one up. I should have skipped to a certain spot, but not editing this just yet. I'm not at that point. See, it's a little wacky. Let's take... All right, this is a little messed up, but works for me. Now we're going to add a little bit of some notches. So if you know how older wood kind of splinters, so how we're going to do this, we're going to go to edge. We are going to click on one of them, and we are going to go back to that bevel. So Control B, and we're going to make a, there we go. Let's do one more here. Oh boy, wait a minute. Let's get out of that. Control B. And as you can tell, it doesn't go past this vertice right here because they can't overlap. So it only goes to a certain point before it has to stop. On this side, it can keep going because it doesn't hit a vertice until about right there. All right, so I'm gonna have one right there like that. Control B. Gonna have one there. Control B. Tiny one. Control B. Bigger one. Control B. Little. And then same thing with the bottom, but I'm gonna have them be a little bit tinier. Control B there. Control B. And then, of course, you could do, so I have 1, 2, like this. You can bevel 2 at the same time, but then you realize you're going to have the same exact copy. And you might not want that. Now, how do we get rid of this part right here? Oh, shoot. Shoot. I did it wrong, guys. I was supposed to have this, and I was supposed to have one in the middle, so I'm using the mouse to roll it. So we're going to do a speed run, because theoretically I don't need to worry about being at the right angle. There, that was quick. And let's do this one really quick. And then remember, I can, well, not that, right there. I can do 2 at the same time if I really want to. And then let's do one more like that. So we got a lot. Now what do? We are going to go to vertice, and we are going to connect 2 vertices together. All right. And how we're going to do this is G. So if you can tell, I'm moving the vertice and the edges follow. But if I do a second G, the vertice is basically moving, if you can tell here, moving across the line. And it doesn't go past another vertice, so it's going to stick there. And same thing here like this. So if I do G twice, and now there are 2 vertices here and here. And a way that we can, because the less vertices you have, the better, is you can click M, and you can do merge, and then by distance. And let's see here. Or actually, I need to click all of them. like merge by distance, and it says remove two vertices. This is the merge distance. Realize if it goes way up higher, it's going to start merging like this vertex to that one and that one to that one. So the tiniest of tiny basically means when a vertex is right on top of each other. So we have this GG all the way down, GG all the way down, GG all the way down, GG all the way down. And then something else you can do instead of the doing that merge by distance, you can actually click this. And let me see here. And I think, actually, let's go back a little bit. I got too excited. I believe if I have this on, so let's try, let's first do this to make sure. Okay. And now we have this auto merge vertices when they're like right up against each other. So let's try what happened there. And GG again. Now, if this was correct, if I try to merge everything, there shouldn't be any. Yep, perfect. Personally, I like to do the merge vertices on my own. I like that kind of control. And then just doing a whole bunch of G's. And same thing down here. Since it's following the edge, I don't really have to have it at a certain angle to make sure it's going in the right direction. There. There. Down. Down, and I think we have one more. There. And there. Okay, did I get all of them? Looks like I did. So from here, I'm gonna go M, and we're gonna look down here, and it should show like a whole bunch of vertices that were put together. Remove 0. Oh, I didn't select it. Like a moron. There we go, 12. So this is perfect. So then the materials we could add is like just plain color if we want to, or we might go to texture. I don't know what he wants or what the tutorial wants, but what I'm actually going to do now is let me check, we're at the 13-minute mark, 13:21, 13:20. We're going to try to make the crate. I kind of remember what he said, but we're going to try to make it. All right, and then let's hide it, and Shift A for cube. Where'd you go? Oh, it's edit mode. Never mind. Okay, let's make sure. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay. See, if you make another mesh or something while you're in edit mode, it's going to stay within that object. So, new object, cube. There we go. Same 1.2 so they can go on top of each other. And let's bring this up. Oh, I forgot to get the thing that shows the keys on the side. I promised to do that after this stream. All right, edit mode. First thing we got to do is we have to insert the faces. And now this means like everything at the same time, which we don't want. Oh, shoot, I have to remember what he said. Oh, shoot, what did he say? We're going to stop it right there. We're going to do crates on the next one. All right. So this was just barrels. All right. I'm going to send the next one really, really quick. Okay. Take care here. Bye.